What is up, beautiful people? Welcome to the Ignite Your Purpose podcast show, vlog, chinwag session, episode number 65, take 2. We don't know why, but Mr. Johnny B, he just wasn't in the right area. Today, we are going to chat questions. John, I know we've been talking health and whatnot, but we've had a couple slew of questions come in, and I think it's time we answered some of them. I see you're wearing a beautiful green hat, a beret. Why don't you tell us about your little hat, John? Trying to compete with me?
Well, you wear a hat each and every day apart from today, and I was trying to out-hat you. It's going to be the best hat.
It is. It's nice.
I took a shower after work, I put a t-shirt on, and this is my green beret. This is one of my most cherished possessions. Back in the day, 17 years old, commando course, I've always wanted to do it. So it reminds me about how things can be hard and tough, and the value of grinding and really kind of working towards that goal or that challenge that you set out. But it also allows me to remember of how cushy we have it now. I live in a house, we've got the heating, we've got the clothing, we're not crawling around in the mud, carrying backpacks, foraging for our own food or anything like that. So it reminds me about how tough life can be and how comfortable life can be, and finding that balance is a mindset.
Amen.
So, on that note, it's quite warm, so I'll take it off.
So, I know we've got a couple questions. You're probably going to pick one out of the hat today. Whose question or what are you feeling for today?
Yeah, okay. One moment. It's Graham's question.
Oh.
Peach perler of a question.
Good old Graham.
It's quite long. I'll give you the long version, and then maybe I'll get to the point.
Please
Graham likes to talk and type. So thanks, Graham.
Thanks, Graham.
So it says, hey guys, it would be great to hear about your own personal experience with giving something up. Could be a luxury or a comfort, enable you to get something else. The else being for the person, the purpose of gaining further self-development or personal growth, leaving what's comfortable and familiar and understood to move into the unknown. Answer on a micro or a macro level. What was the most impactful outcome for you relating to moving towards and potentially defeating the fear of this unknown? So, bit of a question. What have you given up? Something, it might be a car, it might be the need to go to the pub every night, it might, whatever it is, with the purpose of moving forward. And what was the biggest takeaway?
I have 3 takeaways from that. These ones, 2 of them are pretty deep. One of them is a little more superficial, but if I look back now, I can understand that my ego was crushed. I had to take numerous steps back. But the purpose of the lesson from the universe is always right. It's always there. And it was to teach my higher self. And it was to propel me towards the life I'm living today. And each one of these lessons, although they kicked my ass, knocked me down, I cried in a corner, but it taught me to get back up and how resilient us as humans truly are if we have that proper mindset, right? And I don't know why, because I could have given up. I could have said no. I could have turned around and put my tail between my legs and ran or cried or hide. But instead, I moved forward, and they definitely made me a stronger person. Kicked out of the house young. At 19, I partnered up with a gentleman who was older than me. Once I learned to trade, we started a business. We were going to buy some houses together. And in the 11th hour, 59-minute, he pulled out, did a midnight dash, ran, and just left me high and dry. And that was my first actual welcome to the real world, kind of smack in the face. And it crushed me. It knocked me down. But I learned so much from that because I pushed through. I tightened my belt. I ate white bread and bologna for about 4 or 5 months. Saved every penny to make that deal go through. And it got me to where I'm at today, to be honest. That drive and that mindset just amazingly yeah, it set me. If I'm kind of thinking back on a higher level now, and it just set me up for where I'm at today, mentally strong. Now I was kicked back. I was nailed to the curb. I had nothing. I couldn't go out. And at that age, you want to be clubbing and all that, right? Not possible. Fast forward 10 years, I invested money again with somebody, got destroyed. And at this point, I was living a little cushier, like John was just saying. We had the nice house, all that jazz. Everything was gone. And I had to go back to work, people. It's that simple. But we do what we do. And the last one, and again, each one of these lessons made me stronger. So I ate shit, and it taught me humility and humbleness. And I tell you, there's nothing you can't do when you just put your mindset to it. You just grind it out, like John said earlier. And the last one would be with coming to the music career and all that on social media. Into the Soto Zen realm, I stopped. I was off. I didn't do any of this stuff for like 7 years about. And, if we get into the world of likes, views, and all that bullshit, which shouldn't matter, but it does,
Yeah.
I was non-existent on that stuff. So to try and get licensing and publishing deals when you don't exist and nobody can see you, a very difficult thing. So that on the superficial level also taught me, okay, put in the work, man. And that's obviously something that I've needed to be taught. So the universe provided massive, massive lessons where I had to step back, give up so many things that I had become comfy with. And what do they say? A couple steps forward to take one step or back, whatever, how that works.
Yeah.
And then we are where we are today. And I wouldn't change it for the world.
Cool, man. Good man. You want me to talk now? We're 5-minute limit. That's it. We're
Okay.
There's probably two things I can mention here. But, I'm not going to tell you the alcohol story when I gave up the alcohol, but it's just incredible. We'll come back to that another time.
Okay.
That's probably a whole podcast in itself. But I think in the most recent times, in the last couple of years, I've stopped giving an F-bomb about what other people think about me. I still care about other people's thoughts and opinions and what's going on in their life. I still listen to feedback and opinion, but I don't base my life on that opinion. It's just part of the dialogue, and there'll be things that I take from it, and there'll be things that I'll say, well, I'm not interested. Because historically, what I used to do is I would have a set of behaviour, and I would do things based on what I thought other people would think of me or what other people would say of me. And in reality, I am the star of my own show. I've got a couple of supporting actors or actresses. That might be my brother or my close family. But my future now is based upon what I believe is right, and what I believe is a correct kind of course of action. Because tomorrow your best mate might move to bloody Blackpool or something, and he ceases to have that influence on your life. So why should his opinion really count for the rest of your life when he may not be there tomorrow? I read something this week in a book called Sapiens, and it said the horizons of possibilities are endless. And that's if we allow ourselves to kind of open our minds to that actual statement, but then take actions and choices based on that, not based on your mum might not think that's a very good thing to do. You should go to school, and go to college, and go to university. But that might be right for some people, but it might not be right for you, but it might be right for other people. So thinking about what you think your future and your direction is. We're on this planet for a very long time. It's a short time, but it's a long time. And the younger you are, the more you've got, and we can afford to make these mistakes. If you make a decision and it's wrong, you've got time to go back to it again. But I've stopped giving a fuck about what other people think about me. I care about people, and I'll listen, but my decisions are based on what I think's right. I don't always get it right. Often I don't get it right, but each and every time it's a lesson. So
that's true.
That's what I'm going to say today.
That's beautiful. You know what? That's a beautiful spot to be, John. I think I think we strive for that every day to just be our true authentic selves and,
Yeah.
go.
And it ain't all the time.
No.
We relapse often. I think, oh well, but it's then in that moment when you've got your consciousness, and it's not every time you think, guess what Billy thinks? I'm going to do this. So it's each and every day. We're only as good as we are today. Tomorrow is prediction. The past is history. It's what you do today that counts.
Exactly. I agree with that one. Graham, I hope we answered your question. I hope you give us some feedback, some thoughts. Maybe you can come on and talk about what the hell it is you're going through. Let's rock and roll. People, as always, we know you could be anywhere in the world and you're right here with us, and we appreciate. So thank you.
Yeah, and I thank you as well. I've not been concentrating on the buttons, so we've had some of this and some of this and some of this and lots of that one. But now we're back to this one. We'll say goodbye. Thank you. Subscribe, follow, tell your friends, and we'll see you on the other side. Bye-bye.